Rich people do not think about money like you and I were taught. It is not that they are smarter. No, no. They just use a different rule book. It is a secret rule book, you see. In public, they might drive a nice car. They might live in a big house. But in private, behind closed doors, they make small decisions that look incredibly boring. Over time, these tiny, unexciting choices add up to become huge mountains of wealth. This is the part we do not see. This is what we are going to break down today. Now hold on. Most people think getting rich means you must earn a massive salary. If that were true, every doctor, every lawyer, every highly paid executive would be wealthy. But many are not. They are living paycheck to paycheck, just with more expensive toys. This is because wealth is not the same as income. Income is the money that flows into your hands. Wealth is what you keep, and more importantly, how you put that money to work for you while you are sleeping. It is a fundamental shift in thinking. It's like learning the rules to a game everyone else is playing blind. In this essay, you are going to learn 5 key differences in how the wealthy think. Money as a tool, cash versus assets, long-term thinking, risk versus ignorance, systems over motivation. For most of us, when money comes in, the first question is, what can I buy with this? We see money as something to be spent, a way to get the things we want right now. A new phone, a nice dinner, a vacation. It is a reward for our hard work. We exchange our time and effort for cash, and then we exchange that cash for immediate pleasure or comfort. This cycle keeps us running on a treadmill. We work, we earn, we spend. Then we have to go back to work, to earn more, to spend more. It is an endless loop that leaves many people feeling stuck. The wealthy, however, view this entire process differently. They see money not primarily as something to spend, but as a tool. Think of a carpenter. A carpenter uses a hammer to build a house. The hammer is not the end goal. The house is. For a wealthy person, money is the hammer. It is a tool to build more wealth, more freedom, and more security. Before they make a significant purchase, they pause and ask, will this purchase make me richer or poorer over the long term? This one question changes everything. It reframes spending from an act of consumption to an act of investment or depletion. Let's take a simple, everyday example. You get a bonus at work. Fantastic. The common mindset is to upgrade the car or chase designer clothes. The car loses value the moment you drive it off the lot. The clothes go out of style. These are expenses that make you poorer. The wealthy mindset asks a different question. Can this bonus buy me a tool? A course that teaches a high-income skill? A small share of a business? Equipment for a side hustle? It becomes a builder, not just a bauble. Practical rule: for any non-essential over your number, say $100 or $500, wait 48 hours and ask the tool question. If it is a toy for today, label it honestly. A conscious choice to be a little poorer for a moment of pleasure rewires you to think like a builder. We have all heard the saying, cash is king. Having a big pile of cash in your bank account feels safe. You see the number today and expect it will be there next month. This feeling of security leads many to hoard cash. But that pile is not as safe as it looks. It is silently losing its power every single day. There is a quiet thief called inflation. $100 then bought a full cart. Today, maybe 3/4. It is like a bucket with a slow, invisible leak. The wealthy understand idle cash loses value, so they do not let it stay idle. They move it into assets. An asset puts money into your pocket. A liability takes money out. Cash is like a stored potato. It eventually rots. An asset is a seed you plant to grow more potatoes. Rental property, a share of a successful company, a business you own, a course that increases earning potential. Simple action plan. Divide money into 2 mental piles. First, the safety pile, 3 to 6 months of expenses in an accessible account. It is your buffer. Everything beyond that goes to the growth pile. Find a simple, understandable home for growth. A low-cost index fund. Your first small business idea. Put your money to work so it builds the kingdom while you sleep. You do not need to be an expert. Start simple. Feed the growth pile consistently. Safety protects the present. Assets grow the future. Most people live in a world of instant gratification. We want things now. We want fast results. We stream in the moment. We check for likes right away. This need for speed bleeds into money decisions. People chase hot tips and trendy bets, then quit when results are not instant. The wealthy play a different game. They play the long game, time in years, often decades. They understand compounding, earnings generating earnings. Slow and boring at first, then it snowballs into massive wealth. Not the fastest horse, but the one that runs the longest race. Plant the tree, water it, protect it, be patient. One day, fruit, season after season. You can start this long-term mindset now. Focus on habits, not immediate outcomes. Pick one small habit to commit to for 5 years. Not 1 month, 5 years. Maybe $50 a month into a broad market fund. Or 1 hour every Saturday learning a new skill. Amounts matter less than consistency. Choose an action so small you can still do it in 2031. This is how you plant your first tree. Plant many small trees. Grow a future forest. Section 5. The difference between risk and ignorance. Most hear risk and think gambling or losing all their money, so they avoid risk at all costs. Investing feels risky. Starting a business feels risky. Buying property feels risky. Fear keeps them sidelined in cash that silently loses value, avoiding loss by refusing to play. Wealthy people relate to risk differently. They manage it by finding the real source. The biggest risk is ignorance. So they learn, study, ask questions, and find mentors. More knowledge lowers real risk. Education is their tool. Test small. Learn suppliers, margins, flow. Reduce ignorance before committing capital. Turn gambling into calculated opportunity. We all know the feeling of motivation. It is powerful and exciting. You get inspired and declare, "This is it." Wake early, work out, save half, start a business. It feels fantastic. For a few days, you are on fire. Then life happens. Energy dips. Motivation fades. Slowly, old habits return. Feelings come and go. Relying on motivation is a house on sand. Build systems, pre-decided actions that run regardless of mood. Systems put intentions on autopilot. Example, automatic transfers. Decision made once, the system takes over. Money moves before you can spend it. Smart design beats willpower. We tell dramatic stories about wealth. They make great movies but explain little. Myth 1, it is all luck. Reality, years, even decades of disciplined choices. Myth 2, greed or unethical behavior. Exceptions exist, but most create value for others. Myth 3, too complicated. The core principles are simple. Spend less than you earn. Use the difference to buy assets. Be patient. Let compounding work. Boring, steady actions build fortunes. Not luck. Not greed. Not complexity. Discipline and time. Now that we have broken down these mindsets, it is time to put them into practice. Move from emotional, short-term choices to logical, long-term ones. Before your next non-essential, pause and apply a new filter. Compound, build asset, increase freedom. First, will this compound? Second, does this build an asset? Third, does this increase my future freedom? Freedom equals choices and control of time. Use this 3-question framework to install the operating system of the wealthy. Let's quickly recap the 5 foundational thinking differences. Money is a tool to build with, not a toy. Turn cash into income-producing assets. Think in decades and let compounding work. Fight ignorance, not risk. Build systems over motivation. Actionable insight. Understand how money should be thought of. Choose one rule to apply. and feel the benefits as your choices compound. If you want to build wealth, you must first build the mindset that creates it. In the next video, I will break down the exact wealth formula most people never learn and how to apply it starting from zero. Subscribe if you want practical finance strategies without hype.